Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sixers Sense podcast. I'm your host, Lucas, with Chris. And Chris, unlike the last couple weeks, this is actually going to be a positive episode, isn't it?
Yeah, Lucas, the Sixers are back?
Maybe. If
are we?
Are we? Yet to be determined.
Good things are happening, Lucas. Which is not normal. We're going to start with a loss, but quickly transition into some more positive talk. Let's run through the last three games here quickly. We kind of previewed the Oklahoma City matchup in our last episode, talked about the McCain return. He played 25 minutes.
Yeah, we were wrong about the point total. We thought it was going to be over 20.
Yeah, 13 points in 25 minutes, 3 of 7 from 3. Didn't have quite the explosive night that we expected, but he was also a plus 19, best plus minus on OKC's roster. Sixers still very, very shorthanded in this game. 35 points, 7 made threes for VJ Edgecombe. You're not going to complain there. 15 off the bench for Trendon Watford. 10 for Campaign, 13 for Beauchamp, albeit on 18 shots, 5 turnovers to 2 assists. Maybe not as good as it looks at first blush. Any big takeaways from this game, Lucas, other than getting handedly beat by a much better and healthier team?
I mean, yeah, they were the healthiest they've been basically all season. I think this is like, the sixth time that they've had their starting five?
Yeah, this was also the Jalen Williams return game. Yeah,
I mean, he played pretty good. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, only 3 turnovers. Look, he played great. Look, you only had one starter here. No, 2 starters, but Dominic Barlow is never going to be an offensive weapon, right? So you really, I mean, Justin Edwards, who has played fine, but not great. Marjan Beauchamp, who was a G League player until very recently. And Adem Bona, who we question whether or not should be a full-time backup center, right? As in your starting 5. Walford had a decent game. He was able to do what he could, right? And Campaign scored it kind of, not really. But look, only losing by 20 points against this team is actually comparatively how much we were, down by health-wise. It's actually a win. I'm going to count this as a win.
Yeah, sure.
Moral victory.
Victory. I kind of agree, honestly. 20-point win for the Sixers, Lucas, in the next game. 157 to 137 over Chicago. This was a bit of a barn burner, not exactly a defensive masterclass, but the return of both Joel Embiid and Paul George. Embiid coming back from injury, George coming back from that suspension. Both looked really, really good in this game. 35 points on 12 of 17 shooting for Joel, 7 assists. 28, 6 from 4 with 4 steals, 6 made threes for Paul George, 22 for VJ, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 or 5 from 3. Really doesn't get much better than that. Philly was getting whatever they wanted offensively. Obviously, This is a very favorable matchup for Joel.
Chicago he was playing against Yabusele the majority of the game, or Patrick Williams at center. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, look, hey, Gershon had his moments. He's had a bit of a resurgence since going to the Bulls. Shout out to him. 23 on the other side with 12 assists and 9 rebounds for Josh Giddey, 18 and 8 for Maris Buzelis. And then their bench had 6 double-digit scorers. So not a terrible offensive night again for the Bulls. Very good offensive night, really, but
had no defense. Yeah, no, look, I mean, Joel had 35 points in 28 minutes. Paul George, 28 points in 26 minutes. VJ, 22 points in 30 minutes. Look, all very efficient shooting. Nobody shot below like 40% from 3 in this game for the Sixers of those 3 guys that I just mentioned there. Look, Chicago I think they were officially eliminated from the playoffs as a result of this game. And the Sixers scored the most points, I think, in franchise history. Or if not, since like the 1960s, something like that. I saw something along those lines. 157 points, even in today's game, is nothing to sneeze at. So, this was a good get-right game for the Sixers, and they definitely need to get right because the next opponent that they played, which was tonight, right after we record against that game, was pretty much a handful.
Yeah, maybe the most important game Philly's played all year, Lucas.
Arguably, yes.
Is a late March showdown with the Charlotte Hornets, as we all predicted. This gave Philly a 2-game lead over Charlotte in the very, very tight Eastern Conference standings. 118, 114, one of the most fun games we've seen from this team in a while. Just overall, a very fun game to watch. 29, again, Joel played very well. 26 for Paul George, 13 rebounds, 4 steals, 1 block. They look really, really good, which is awesome. 26 for Maxey, who came back earlier than expected, had 8 assists and 7 rebounds as well. 13 for VJ. Not nothing too crazy off the bench. Oubre also back though, 28 minutes, 9 points. Really kind of a pretty tight 7-man rotation in this game for Nurse. Only 7 guys playing double-digit minutes. Edwards had 8. He was the 8th most played guy in this one for Philly. Charlotte got off to a really, really fast start in this one, Lucas. They were up 11 after the first quarter. Philly kind of worked their way back at the half. Third quarter was incredibly tight, and then the Sixers were able to pull ahead. Late in the fourth, had that awesome game-saving block from Joel on an attempted Brandon Miller 3. Miller had 29 points, 8 rebounds. He was very good in this game. 20 points, 8 assists for LaMelo Ball. 11 points, 11 boards for Kneppel, the rare kind of off shooting night. 3 of 10, not even that bad.
Yeah. Look, if you can keep Con to 3 of 10 shooting from 3 and LaMelo 7 of 26, you're gonna win most of those games. Great defensive effort by the Sixers later on.
Yeah, and look, Charlotte had won, I believe, 5 straight going into this. They're one of the hottest teams in the league. This is like a really impressive win on the road, and again in kind of a must-win situation. So I give the Sixers a lot of credit for this. What were your takeaways, Lucas?
Well, despite us winning, we were grossly out rebounded by 11 rebounds in the game. I don't know why we want to go super small when Joel's not on the court, because you're not even playing Dom Barlow at center sometimes. Like you got out of the 3 possible backup bigs, you got Joel played 36 minutes, Dom Barlow played 15, and then Bono and Drummond combined for a grand total of 12. And basically, it was during the first 6 minutes of the second quarter and fourth quarter, respectively. So, first off, I don't love playing Joel that many minutes. Not big fan, but clearly they needed it tonight, right? Honestly, I don't know. Bono had 0 rebounds. The bench total had, what was it, 8 rebounds off the bench. Like, we can't do that. Kelly accounted for 5 of those. Drummond only played 6 minutes. 2 rebounds in 6 minutes, not terrible, but obviously you would expect more. No, I don't know why, and I get it, because they didn't play. Diabate was 25 minutes, Kalkbrenner was 18, and you played Grant Williams, a 6'6" guy, as a small ball wing. But here's the thing: is Miles Bridges is 6'9", and like a big dude. He can rebound pretty well, or at least take up space, right? Brandon Miller, 8 rebounds in this game. Kneppel, 11. Grant Williams, 8. We gotta be, if we can't trust Drummond and Bono to play big minutes and get the rebounds and play good defense, which, by the way, I thought Drummond did play good defense in the limited time that he was there. What are we gonna do here? And like, why not? If you don't really trust either one of those, then play Dom Barlow as your backup center. I think he could be a decent, serviceable small ball backup center, right? We've seen it in spurts. Why not go there? Instead, you go super small. There was one lineup that I saw was, what was it? Maxey, VJ, Kelly, and Justin Edwards, right? Or what was it? No, it was Grimes and Justin Edwards. Like, come on, what are we with Joel? Like that's too small. Like, we can't do that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's just like a deficiency of this roster. I don't think there's really a solution, because I don't think playing Drummond and Bono more really makes you any better. It's a negative trade-off, I think.
Yeah, and then Joel, he can't rebound anymore. He's just not that guy anymore. Granted, that block at the end of the game was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Paul George is a good rebounding wing. Kelly, you have some wings, and like Tyrese and VJ are pretty good rebounding guards. Like, you guys who are good for their position in that respect, but like Barlow is your one true like board crasher, and he that's kind of the thing with him is the offense is going to limit him in certain matchups, and he's not the most flexible defender sometimes. So
No, he's not
it's
the
it's
most. He's not the
yeah.
most versatile. No.
So this was like a game where you just couldn't really afford to have Barlow not doing much of anything on offense, clearly, and that's one of the trade-offs you're going to get there. So yeah,
You can't really play Trent Wofford because he can't really rebound either. Jabari
no.
maybe, but he's still undersized.
Yeah, and Jabari has a lot of the same offensive issues, so
I mean, he can stretch the floor a little bit better,
a
but
little
fair.
bit,
Yeah,
but
but not much. Fair enough.
yeah, it's just like there's no fix really. They're going to be the worst
Backup
rebounding
center
team.
needs to be addressed this offseason. Power forward, backup center. Those are the positions that need to be addressed this offseason.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they're going to be at a rebounding disadvantage in most playoff series, I
Unless Joel
assume.
can turn back the clock. Maybe he's saving himself. I don't know.
But I mean they've never been a good rebound. Joel is not a great at sealing off the paint the way
No,
that
he's
you
not.
might expect someone his size to. He's never been great at that. So it's just a thing. It's going to
Yeah.
be a thing we have to talk about forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that said, this is a really good win.
Yeah,
Really impressive
absolutely.
showing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited by how good Paul George looks. Like,
Oh yeah. He's looking like almost like Clippers Paul George, and I'm saying that hesitantly, but like 2 games back, he said his knee finally feels good. We'll see.
yeah, it's one of those things where like it's never going to go the way we want it to, but in theory, they might be able to pull off the whole. We're just going to have everyone fresh because they missed time right up before the playoffs, and when healthy, this team has a lot of talent. So
Yeah,
never
they'll
say
play
never.
what the third seed. Third seed right now is looking to be what, like, who's the third seed right now? If the
Uh,
Sixers keep
Knicks.
sixth, right? Knicks, that's a winnable
So
series for the Sixers.
yeah, Sixers are tied with Atlanta right now, who are in the 6th seed. Atlanta has the tiebreaker. They're a half game behind Toronto for the 5 seed, which would be probably ideal. I think Cleveland is a better matchup for Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not that there would be an easy matchup or a matchup where we would be favored, but you know,
Cleveland or New York would be better matchups as long as we don't get definitely not Boston.
yeah. I mean, even Boston on paper, I think we could hang with them. I just don't want to
I just don't.
mess
I'm
with that.
emotionally not want to deal with a Boston Celtics series in the first round.
You could argue that you really kind of secretly want the Pistons right now, but
I mean,
you don't
they
want to
could
drop the
have
8.
Cade. They could have Cade by that
You don't
point.
want to mess with the play-in like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 5 seed would be the ideal outcome. Seems extremely possible at the moment. Toronto not exactly on a torrid pace here. Atlanta and Charlotte are both very, very hot.
Of course,
So
then again,
those are
if we
probably
get
the teams you're worried about.
yeah, of course, then again,
But
if you get Cleveland in the first round, James Harden might actually take it personally and actually do well in like a game 7.
well, there's a I if that's what we're worried about, that's what we're worried about. I don't want to play Jalen Brunson again. I All these teams are good. You're not going to get an easy matchup.
No,
If James
I mean,
can do
unless
it,
it's
then good for
Toronto.
him.
I
Is what I
mean,
say.
Toronto might be an easy matchup for the Sixers. Well, no, they actually played us pretty good this season. Never mind.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
there's no way they're going to get to the 4 seed.
I'll tell you who I don't want to see. I don't want to see Boston, and I don't want to see Atlanta.
I really think we could handle Atlanta, to be honest. But
We have not beat them since 2023, my dude.
I know, but I think we could handle Atlanta in a series, but I'm willing to be wrong.
Hmm.
I think we match up on paper fairly well, right? Like
They're not going to be able to stop Joel, but we can't stop Jalen Johnson, and they can stop Tyrese.
you'd like to think with like Oubre and PG back looking like this, maybe you can throw some bodies at him, but
I just
we'll
think that
see.
he's stronger than those two.
Oh, of course. Look, Jalen's gonna have he's gonna have big games. You're not gonna stop
Yeah.
him.
And now they
Nobody's
got
gonna stop
CJ
him.
too, a savvy vet guard who's a little bit better defensively than Trae Young was, but
We have
doesn't like.
VJ for CJ though. Like
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I guess I don't know. We'll see. But Chris, I know you teased it last week. It's time for my favorite part where I get to make fun of you, and you'll make fun of me this summer. But in the meantime, let me get my drink here. Shall we begin?
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick rundown of this top 100 list that I made over the last few days. Look, if I left off your favorite player, I'm sorry. I tried to not include some of the injured guys who are like haven't played much this year or who are done for the year. So like Tatum, Halliburton, Sabonis, Kessler, Dame, Jimmy Butler. Those guys aren't here.
Okay, that's good to know.
Setting that up.
Okay.
Jaren Jackson is here. Joel's here. I don't have a very hard and fast.
Line for
You know,
who's there and
it
who's
is
not
what
there.
it is. I don't have any
Who's
strong
been
criteria,
here within
but
the past month and a half?
yeah.
Basically, who's been available for the majority since the trade deadline? Save Tatum because like that's just too weird.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair way to put it. Oh no, I mean, I put Tatum in. I don't know where to put Tatum. That was the thing is I was gonna leave Tatum off. I put him in at the last second. I'm gonna take him out
You can't.
because
I
I don't know
mean,
what to do with
who are
it.
you going to put in instead?
I have more than 100 people on the list.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Someone just got in at the buzzer. I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Learn who it is.
All right. So at 100 to 91.
Yeah. All right. 100. We're gonna go in chunks of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
100. I have Tumani Kamara of the Portland Trailblazers.
I don't hate that.
At 99, I have Najee Marshall of the Dallas Mavericks.
It seems kind of low, honestly, but okay.
Okay. 98, I have Keldon Johnson of the Spurs.
Fair.
97, I have Kobe White of the Hornets. 96, I have Ryan Kalkbrenner of the Hornets. 95, I have Brandon Pajemski of the Warriors. At 94, I have Colin Gillespie of the Suns. At 93, I have Naz Reid of the Timberwolves. At 92, I have Nick Claxton of the Nets. And at 91, I have Norman Powell of the Miami Heat.
The last two I have issue with, but give me 1 second. I got to do something.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, there we go. Can you say 95 and can you start? Sorry, because I had an alarm go off mid that. Can you do that again?
The whole 10?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay. 100. Tumani Kamara of the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, that seems fair.
99. Najee Marshall of the Dallas Mavericks.
Maybe a little low, but okay.
98. Keldon Johnson of the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay, fair.
97. Kobe White, Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, okay.
96. Ryan Kalkbrenner, Charlotte Hornets. 95. Brandon Pajemski of the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
94. Colin Gillespie of the Phoenix Suns. 93. Naz Reid of the Minnesota Timberwolves. 92. Nick Claxton of the Nets. And 91. Norman Powell of the Heat.
I think I would switch pods and Colin, maybe have Najee a few spots higher. But can we really put Nick Claxton on this list because of one time missed two? I just don't feel like he's been impacting winning this year, obviously.
Yeah, that's fair. He's kind of in a tough spot, I think, with Brooklyn.
Yeah. And what was
one of those
again?
guys who would look so much better on a winning team.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
what was 91 again?
Norm Powell.
Are you okay? Let's talk about Norm Powell because he was an all-star, right?
Yeah.
Are you docking him because Eric Spoelstra felt like he needed to be benched, or are you like what's the thought of having an NBA all-star at the 91st spot?
I mean, I don't know. I just there are a lot of good players in the league. Like
do you not
I
value
think he's more limited than some of the guys ahead of him. And if you want to like, I think one of my gut like criteria was like, who do I want in a playoff series right now? And like Norm Powell is an awesome scorer, awesome shooter. He doesn't give you a ton else at the moment. Not that what he does isn't super valuable to Miami specifically, but I just feel like the guys ahead of him are a bit more well-rounded, I guess is how I would put it.
Okay, I don't
We
know.
can have the debate.
I mean, look, I just feel like it's a little disrespectful to have an NBA All-Star first off coming off the bench like during the same year, but that's like an Eric Spoelstra thing, like he culture, right? Even though like we pushed for that Kobe
And
Bryant
look, he
thing.
was like an injury replacement. He's not a real All-Star.
Wow. Okay.
I'm kidding.
All right. So anyway, what else we got?
90, Josh Hart.
Feels
89,
okay.
Ayo Dosunmu of the Minnesota Timberwolves. 88, Neemias Queta of the Boston Celtics. 87, Musa Diabate of the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay, what's up with Diabate being over Queta? I would say Queta.
They're right next to each other. I don't want to split hairs like there's a huge gap there.
I mean,
they're both very good.
I don't know.
Diabate is an awesome rebounder, good rim protector, good athlete. You could definitely make it a case for Queta. They're neck and neck.
Are you just doing it because you don't like Boston?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Keep on brand.
86, Josh Giddey, Chicago Bulls.
I'm proud of you for actually even having him in the top 100 because I know you don't like him. So I'm proud of you.
He's just overrated. 85, Dylan Harper, San Antonio Spurs. 84, Onyeka Okongwu, Atlanta Hawks. 83, Dyson Daniels, Atlanta Hawks. 82, Asar Thompson, Detroit Pistons. And 81, Alex Caruso, Oklahoma City Thunder. You will again note for longtime listeners that Tobias Harris is not on this list.
Tobias Harris does not deserve to be on this list. But I want to note that every center that you've mentioned so far, in my mind, is a backup center outside of Queta. And so like Queta and Diabate, I think they're better than Okongwu. I think that
interesting.
I do think they're better. I'd rather have them than Okongwu. Like Okongwu's undersized. Like both of those guys are at least 6'9", 6'10". They're better defenders. They're more athletic defenders. And yes, Okongwu can do more things offensively. Cool, whatever. He's going to be a liability in the playoffs. He's the weak point in that starting five. He is. Not anybody else. He is. Mark my words on that.
That's fair.
I just no, I can't have honestly having Naz Reid in the top 100. Sure, whatever. I don't know about Cockburner. I like Cockburner. I just haven't seen enough.
I think he's really good.
I don't know. That seemed like a stretch for me, but fine. I don't know. All the guys that you talked about, I see Okongwu as best as a backup. You could talk me into Queta or Diabate being high in backups too. I mean, they're fine as starters. They're not great, but they're fine. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder how you have some interesting centers on your list.
Yeah, I mean, look, Caruso's like the eighth man in OKC. There are good bench players out there, and backup center isn't necessarily, so here's a guy I could probably remove, but I didn't. I have Ja Morant at 80.
I wouldn't.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Another guy who maybe by my earlier criteria shouldn't quite make the list yet because he's only played 15 games this year, but he's been off the chain in those 15 games. I have Ty Jerome at 79.
Okay, Ty Jerome. Okay, yeah, no, look, Ty Jerome actually has been really fun.
Yeah,
probably the lone bright spot since the trade deadline for the Memphis Grizzlies. If we're being completely honest, they've been pretty much a wreck since that trade deadline. Hot take. I think one way or another, they're going to get off of Ja Morant. And there's a decent chance that Ty Jerome's the starting point guard next year if they don't draft one.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Anyway.
78, Brandon Ingram, Toronto Raptors.
Another All-Star, not in the top 50. Okay.
77, and I don't feel 100% great about this, really in either direction. But I'm going to stand by it for now. Another guy who I maybe could have left off, but I'm not, is Kristaps Porzingis of the Golden State Warriors.
I mean, I get it. He's been playing as of late. I get it. And he played kind of... He's a tough one because when he's playing, he's actually probably close to a top 50 guy.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
When
but
he's right.
it's just... Yeah, he's like the Joel. He's a Joel case. Honestly, I would not be upset if you had Joel in the top 70.
Oh, I do. I mean, I have
Yeah.
we're going to have to talk about Joel, I guess.
Yeah.
76. I have VJ Edgecombe of the Philadelphia 76ers. Fitting. I didn't even do that on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, you could have had him at 76 or 77. As long as you don't have him at, 6'7".
All right. Moving on. 75.
You're younger than me. You should be doing that instead of me. Just
nope.
saying.
I have standards. 75. Cam Johnson, Denver Nuggets.
I don't know about that one.
He's coming around. He's good.
I don't know. The start of the season was so bad for him.
Yeah, but we have years of evidence, I think.
I don't know.
74. You tried to write him off. Drew Holiday, Portland Trailblazers.
Look, when he's been healthy, he's been great, but he's missed from the late November till about
yes,
mid-February.
He's missed time. I don't care. He's good still.
Okay, fine.
73. Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
New York Knicks. 72. Peyton Watson, Denver Nuggets.
If he had a longer runway where he could have scored more, he would have been higher. But he got injured during his coming out party. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. 71. Tyler Hero, Miami Heat.
Yeah, that's fine. Because he can play make a little bit better than the difference between him and Norm Powell. Norm Powell has no playmaking chops, where Tyler Hero can play make a little bit. That's literally the only difference between them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. 70. Alex Sarr, Washington Wizards.
Okay.
69. AJ Mitchell, Oklahoma City Thunder. 68. Peyton Pritchard, Boston Celtics. 67. Jaden McDaniels, Minnesota Timberwolves. 66. Jalen Suggs, Orlando Magic. 65. Reed Shepherd, Houston Rockets. 64. Julius Randle, Minnesota Timberwolves. 63. And I know what you're going to say, and I don't care. Cason Wallace, Oklahoma City Thunder. 62.
Wow.
Ryan Rollins, Milwaukee Bucks. In 61, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
You really hate Julius Randle.
I don't hate him. He's good. He's a good player.
He's better than the people you just listed ahead of him. He's better than all of them. He is more skilled and more accomplished. The only thing that Cason Wallace has is an NBA championship, and that's
Norman Powell's an all-star. Okay.
I'm just saying. No, Julius Randle is. Look, I get that he's playing second fiddle and he's had to take a big step back in terms of his scoring. I get that. That's fine. But Julius Randle is better than Cason Wallace. Now, I know you'd rather have Cason Wallace in a rotation on the playoffs, and that's fine. But if we're talking about pure skill set, now if we're going by your thing, maybe I don't know. Julius Randle looked really good in the playoffs until the Western Conference Finals.
He's good. I'm not arguing.
That's all fair. He's better than Cason Wallace. Chris.
Cason Wallace is the best guard defender in the NBA. That's my case. All right. That's fair. That's fair. If I do this again in 2 months, I might change it. Who knows?
Julius Randle probably is a top 60. Maybe you could.
Let's talk about the top 60.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
At 60, I have Indiana Pacers point guard Andrew Nembhard.
Honestly, I probably would have left him off the list. I was not expecting to hear that name. Continue.
Okay, well, we'll circle back next postseason. 59, Paul George.
Okay.
58.
That feels kind of high, honestly, but okay.
Okay.
Look, I appreciate it.
When he's been healthy. I'll say it. I think he's been good.
he's been okay. I mean, since he's been back now, he's looked okay. But this season in
He
general,
looked
he's
okay
looked.
early in the year too.
I mean, not this good, but okay.
No, but yeah,
I don't know. I
58.
I would have put Julius Randle ahead of Paul George.
Okay, that's
And,
fair.
yeah.
I don't think there's a huge gap or anything. 58. Michael Porter Jr., Brooklyn Nets.
Is that? Are we? I feel like he should be higher. I would have
It's
put
a
Michael
fair
Porter
argument.
I would have put Michael Porter Jr. ahead of Julius
He's had
Randle.
a he's had he's had better than the 58th best season. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
57. I have Brandon Miller of the Charlotte Hornets.
Seems kind of low, but okay.
56. Darius Garland, LA Clippers.
See,
okay,
well. If you take, he has had 2 separate seasons. The one in Cleveland where he kind of sucked, and then the one in Clipperland where he's actually been really good second fiddle for Kawhi. I don't. That's. I mean, I don't
That's
mind.
one where you have to, I think, take the holistic view of he's been very good for most of his career. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's had some injury stuff.
Yeah,
but 55. I have Donovan Clingan of the Portland Trailblazers.
Too low. It has to be a top 50.
Everyone here is too low, which makes me very excited to get to the top 50. Isaiah Hartenstein, 54.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
53, honestly, another guy.
I probably had him a little lower.
Probably should have left this guy off. I have Trae Young at 53.
Yeah, I think you should have left him off. I mean, he's barely.
I didn't leave him off though, so he's there.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's meh.
Fair. 52. Stephon Castle.
Might be too low. I don't know.
51. Keontae George, Utah Jazz.
Okay. So I know how much you value defense.
He's a good defender. I like Keontae George.
He's okay as a defender. He's a better offensive player. He's a more complete offensive player than Steph.
He rocks. I like these guys.
I mean, look, he's not bad. I'm not saying that he's bad. But like, if you're saying in a playoff series, like, I know if his offense is not going, Steph Castle is going to lock down somebody and make really good defensive plays. Keontae George, I can't say that.
Okay, I thought you were going to say George should have been like way higher. I thought that's where you're going with
No.
this.
I would have had Steph Castle ahead of Keontae George. Yeah, no,
that's fair. I trust Castle's offense significantly less. So we're just kind of inverted there.
No. Like I say, I think the defensive upside is better for, anyway. Because I know how much you love defense in the playoffs with guards, so
That's fair. Also, very close. I wouldn't really begrudge anyone flipping them.
Okay.
50. Desmond Bane, Orlando Magic.
I don't know. I mean, that's fine. I just, there are a few people behind him I would have had ahead of him, but whatever.
49. OG Anunoby, New York Knicks.
I guess. I don't know. I just not been wowed by, I guess.
That's fair.
I don't know. He's good.
I don't think he's a very wow type of player,
Is he like this generation's Luol Deng? It kind of feels like it.
I feel like Luol was a better offensive player, but
but the defense things, just the non-wow factor. You know what I mean? Just
that's fair.
They're good, but do they wow you? No.
That's fair. 48, Lucas. Trey Murphy III, New Orleans Pelicans.
Why so low? Why so low on Trey? Trey Murphy's averaging what, like 22?
Why so low? I don't know. I don't think he's low. I like the guys ahead of him. I think they're good players.
Question, is Zion ahead of him?
Yes.
I think you could argue this season that Trey Murphy's had a better season than Zion.
Well, because he was I don't agree. Not when they've been healthy.
I don't know.
Zion is going to miss his games, but he's played 58 this year.
That's actually a lot for him.
60% from the field.
Yeah, does he get an all-NBA spot with all the injuries? He might.
I don't think the Pelicans have won enough, but you never know. Maybe he deserves one. 47. Aaron Gordon, Denver Nuggets.
Has he played enough?
We'll see. Look, again, I didn't really follow strict criteria with who I left on
That's
and off.
fine. That's fine.
He's a good player, and he will be very
Okay.
important if Denver can rally the troops here and go on a run.
That is very true. Yeah.
46, De'Aaron Fox, Spurs,
Okay.
point guard.
That's fine.
45, everyone's favorite center, Rudy Gobert, Minnesota Timberwolves. 45, that's not anything crazy.
Who was the center that I was complaining about in the 50s?
Oh, I don't know.
Who it wasn't Hardenstein. It was the other one.
Klingon.
Klingon's had a better season than Rudy Gobert. Come on now. Come on now.
Rudy is still one of the best defensive players in the league.
Klingon's
all right.
Okay.
He's a better defender than Klingon. Don't even start. 44.
Okay, sure.
44, Ivica Zubac.
Yeah,
Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
What?
That's fine. I mean, I still think Klingon's better, but this season, but that's fine. I don't hate it.
That's fair. 43, Jared Allen, Cleveland Cavaliers. 42.
You're getting very disrespectful to my man Donovan Klingon. Okay.
Klingon's awesome. Jared Allen is very, very, very good.
He's only good because he's got this ultimate lob passer to him now.
Well, that's not true. He's been awesome for years. He's a former All-Star. He's one of the best.
I'm not saying that he's not,
super valuable defender.
But if you're telling me that I could have either Jared Allen or Donovan Klingon on my roster for the playoffs, I'm taking Donovan Klingon.
I don't think you are at this point, but it's up for
Jared
debate.
Allen's good, but there are matchups where he gets exposed. Joel.
Well, that's going to be the same for Klingon and most centers, but okay, fair enough.
Klingon's better, but guarding Joel, but okay, fine.
Well, yeah, against Joel specifically, maybe. That's not every series. 42, Paolo Banchero, Orlando Magic.
I don't hate it.
41. Sorry.
Continue. I don't hate it.
41, another guy who could have been left off, but whatever. I have Anthony Davis at 41. Don't feel great about it. Who knows?
You shouldn't feel great. He's not playing again.
I know he's not, but he's a good player still. Fine. Maybe better than this. Maybe he's falling off. Who knows?
I mean, 20 and 10 is fine.
40. Cooper Flag, Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
39. Amin Thompson, Houston Rockets.
Yeah. I don't have any major complaints.
38. LaMelo Ball, Charlotte Hornets.
Okay. I mean, fine. Yeah. Okay. It's weird to agree on that because I don't really like LaMelo, but yeah. Okay.
He's been good. He's putting it together.
He's figured it out. He's figured out the secret sauce, Krabby Patty formula, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Charlotte's playing really well for a reason. He's a big part of it. 37. Larry Markkinen, Utah Jazz. 36. Karl Anthony Towns, New York Knicks. 35. Con Knippel, Charlotte Hornets.
So you have Con Knippel ahead of Cooper Flag, just to be clear. So you think Con deserves a Rookie of the Year?
Yes, you get my vote.
Okay, I agree. I was surprised to see hear you say that. I thought you were still a believer in Cooper.
It didn't quite happen the way I thought it might, but that's okay. Con's been awesome. He just hasn't let his foot off the gas, so he deserves credit. 34. Mr. 83, Bam Adebayo.
That still makes me mad. Okay, yeah, yeah.
33, Pascal Siakam, Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, that's Pascal at 33. Yeah, this season, yeah, that's fine.
32, Austin Reeves, LA Lakers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fine.
31, Franz Wagner, Orlando Magic.
He hasn't really played since.
Well, who cares? Clearly, some guys got through okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't hate that. He's about 10 spots better than Paolo. That's fine.
Okay. 30. Again, should he be here? Maybe not. Jaren Jackson Jr., Utah Jazz. 29.
Yeah. Well, no,
Derek
I think
White.
I would have had Franz and Paulo better than him this season. He's had a kind of a down year.
Yeah, again, we're taking the holistic view of things.
Okay.
29. Derek White, Boston Celtics.
Hang on. I just realized something. If you're taking the holistic view, then how did Walker Kessler not get into the top 100?
He's played 5 games. I told you I left guys off. Some guys off who didn't play.
You are very arbitrary about who you.
I know this was a kind of a last second thing. Okay, we're just talking through it.
I think in the summer you need to have a 50 games played limit for this. Fair enough.
Well, in the summer, no one will have played any games. Maybe next season at the end we put a stricter guidelines together or something.
That's fine.
We'll totally remember that this time next year. 29 Derek White. 28 Evan Mobley, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's fine.
27, again, he hasn't played. Jalen Williams, Oklahoma City Thunder.
That is wild work. He's played less than 20
He's
games.
good. I don't care how much he's played. He's on the list, so he's where he needs to be.
Okay.
26, Zion Williamson, New Orleans Pelicans.
Okay, can we pause and just talk about Zion? What?
Yes.
Okay, first off, is he like, what is the plan with New Orleans? Because they're starting to win games now, and they have a really weird lineup of DeJounte Murray, Sadiq Bey, who, by the way, I've been loving Sadiq Bey this season, Murphy, Jones, and Zion at center. Is Zion going to be a center moving forward? Can they win like actual real games with him playing center? Like, what is the plan here? Because you drafted Derek White, who we both like Derek White, right? We think he can be a guy in the future. Sorry, not Derek White. Derek Queen. Sorry. We both like Derek Queen. We think he can be a king in the future, obviously. But, like, what do you do there? Because you can't play him and Zion together because the defense is horrendous.
They've still been starting, like, Messi and Jordan.
No, they haven't. Jordan
last couple of games, they've been changing
Jordan's been the replacement injury starter, not because, But okay. I see what you say. I don't know.
Their lineup changes a lot.
Do you try this trade Zion this offseason? Try to get because he's played good. Like you might try to flip him while he has some positive value in the league right now.
Yeah,
I think if I'm New Orleans, I think I do that. I think I totally do.
Do they have their pick next year?
Well, you mean the year after this draft?
No, yeah, in 2027. Do they have their 2027?
I mean, I can check Real GM if you want.
Well, the answer would determine my answer to that question, basically. I do think they have good players, and if I had more trust in their front office, I could say maybe you keep trying to make this happen, but it is probably time to try to move on from Zion if it's possible. I wouldn't criticize them for that strategy. But,
All right, hang on. I just pulled up Real GM. Let me go down to the Pelicans. That's going to take a minute. We're still in Memphis. New Orleans. Okay, so next year they have so they have the Bucks pick next year. New Orleans outgoing to Atlanta. So let me read the details here. New Orleans will receive the more favorable 2027 pick and Milwaukee's 2027 first round pick. And Atlanta will receive the least favorable of the two protected 1 through 4. If this pick falls within the protected range, therefore will not convey, then New Orleans' obligation to Atlanta will be extinguished. So they have their pick protected, but probably not.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's because tough. Hold up. Do they not? Do they lose their pick if it goes to Atlanta this year? I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of weird, but they may or may not have their pick.
I think they gave up 2 picks for.
They gave up
for Derek Queen.
I thought it was just 1. Jesus. Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't begrudge them trading Zion. I do think the upside with Zion is higher than whatever you get in return at this point. So if you're trying to win games, which they will be, I think keeping him is not a bad way to go at this point. 25, Lucas, is Deni Avdija of the Portland Trailblazers. 24,
Okay.
LeBron James, LA Lakers. 23, Alperen Şengün, Houston Rockets.
Again, you said Deni Avdija at 25.
Yes.
And LeBron at 24. Okay.
LeBron is still very good. He
I
probably
get
should
it.
be higher for being all honest with each other, but
he just can't defend anymore. He's like a
Oh, well.
traffic cone.
I still want LeBron in the playoffs. 23, Alperen Şengün. 22, Jalen Duren, Detroit Pistons. 21, Chet Holmgren, OKC Thunder.
Yeah, that's all fun and dandy, I guess.
Okay, 20, Scotty Barnes, Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
19, Jaylen Brown, Boston Celtics.
Wow. The guy who's like top 5 in MVP. The
This
disrespect.
is the highest I can go. Okay, I have a reputation to maintain.
You're staying on brand. I'll give you credit for staying on brand, but Jesus Chris, come on.
He's good. I don't know. Boston's like 9 points worth with him on the floor. Blah, blah, blah.
But
18.
Yeah. Care too much
Devin
about
Booker, Phoenix Suns. I want Devin Booker, okay?
I bet you
I'll
do.
say it loud and proud. 17. The burner man himself, Kevin Durant. 16. James Harden, Cleveland Cavaliers. 15. Jalen Johnson, Atlanta Hawks. 14. Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks. 13. Jamal Murray, Denver Nuggets. You're being oddly quiet right now.
I'm sorry.
Lucas.
I'm still trying to find the Dairy Queen stuff, trying to figure that out.
Stop trying to find the Dairy Queen stuff.
It's just bothering me.
I don't care. 12, Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
11, Steph Curry.
Tyrese at 11. I'm sorry. No.
Tyrese is at 12.
12. I'm sorry. And Steph at 11.
18, Devin Booker. 17, Kevin Durant. 16, James Harden. 15, Jalen Johnson. 14, Jalen Brunson. 13, Jamal Murray. 12, Tyrese Maxey. 11, Steph Curry.
I think Jalen's ahead of Steph and...
Which one?
Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
I think...
Fair.
I mean, I don't like your top 20 so far. Your top 20 is upsetting me in general. There's so many flaws. But okay.
What's the main flaw?
Having both of the Jalens below both Steph and Tyrese, and I love Tyrese, but Tyrese...
Wow.
Both of the Jalens are having better seasons. Both of the
Tyrese is better than Jalen.
Maybe
any
Jalen.
You can give me any Jalen. Tyrese is better. That's my take.
Jalen Johnson, man, he's that dude. I'm just saying. If it was Ben Simmons having the season that Jalen Johnson is having, you'd be doing cartwheels. I think
this is like a trauma response to the Ben Simmons experience. Is you seeing Jalen Johnson being awesome and like reminiscing on what could have been.
Well, it's a good thing that you're not a psychiatrist. Stop trying to diagnose.
It's true. Okay? I'm not. All right. 10. I'm gonna say it. Joel Embiid. He could be higher. I don't care anymore.
So you think that Joel Embiid in a vacuum? No, wait a second. You said in the playoffs.
Well, and look, I think Joel is better, but he's been hurt, and the defense is weird. So I'm gonna put him at 10 and try not to make too many people mad. But honestly, he should be higher.
I think I think Tyrese has had a better season than Joel. Like I'm honestly,
he has a better individual season. Yes, holistically, because he's been healthy and played twice as much.
I'm not even talking about the health and games played. I'm just saying, like, in general, he's like Joel can't rebound now. Do you trust that in the playoffs? Do you trust his health to hold up? Do you trust and I look, I love Joel. I'm hoping for all these things to happen, but do I
Sure. Yeah.
trust
Yeah.
it?
Sure. If you're like injury, if I was weighing injuries that to that extent, he would be lower.
Mm-hmm. See, I just feel like you were just kind of there was no rules or logic. I think you just want.
Well, okay. No logic is a little harsh. I ranked who I thought was the best player. That
Yeah,
was my
and now you're gonna
criteria.
have Boston Celtics fans being like,
In a
or
vacuum,
you know
Joel
what
is
you.
better than Jalen Brunson.
Oh yeah,
That's where
agree.
I'm at.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No, I will. Don't. There's some players on this list that might DM you and be like, "Why you got me so low, Chris? Huh? Why you got me so low?"
I've been there,
I know
done
you've
that,
been
pal.
there. I know you've been there. That's why I bring it up. Yeah. Do you want another
uh,
player DMing you again? Be
no,
like, "Why do you
I'm
hate me? Why do you
look,
hate me,
man. You got to
Chris?"
play defense. All right, number 9, Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay. Don't love it, but I get it. I'm not as high on Donovan Mitchell than everybody else is, so I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Okay, 8, Cade Cunningham, Detroit Pistons.
Feels kind of low, but okay.
7, Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves.
That for a playoff riser, that definitely seems low, but okay.
We'll talk about it. 6, talking about playoff risers, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay. Well, like, has he done it lately though? In the
Yeah,
playoffs?
when
In
he's
the
been
in the
out there.
playoffs? We're
Yeah,
talking
he's
about the
always awesome in
playoffs.
the playoffs. Always.
If he's been awesome in the playoffs, then why did the Clippers never get to the NBA final?
Because they're
Oh,
never healthy.
well, that being available is one of the best skills. Just
All
saying.
right, well, sure. Well, yeah, whatever. 5, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, that's fine. He got a team to the NBA Finals within the past 2 years. That's honestly, yeah, that's fine.
He's playing very well right now. 4, I know he's been hurt. It's been a weird year. Giannis is 4.
That is kind of weird. He hasn't done well in the playoffs as of late either, but that's partially due to the injury.
I mean, he's still Giannis, though. Like,
okay, fine,
it's
whatever.
Giannis. 3, he's now campaigning openly to win MVP. I remember predicting before the season that Victor Wembanyama would win MVP, and you called me crazy. Now it might actually happen. There's a chance.
You're saying
I might be
there's a
right. It probably
chance.
won't happen, but there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
The winds are blowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, as long as he plays enough games, he's definitely winning Defensive Player of the Year. He could.
I saw a crazy stat today. Is that LeBron, who is ineligible for awards because he's missed so many games, has played more minutes this year than Wemby.
Wow.
He is averaging less than 30 minutes a game. But I have Wemby at 3. Best defender in the world. What are you going to do?
That's the crazy part about guys like him, right? They don't need to be playing 30 minutes a game to. That would probably be the lowest minutes per game for any MVP winner, I would imagine.
I would guess so. 2, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, and I already
the
know your number
OKC
one.
Thunder. Yeah. And at 1, I have Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, that seems on brand for you.
Is what it is. It's still the truth.
The top 3 seems on brand for you. Yeah, that's
Jokic just had a weird week or so, but I'm not worried.
I still think he's not 100% healthy.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Is my take.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. I just know he's not 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like this is the Nuggets year. I feel like this is probably
it's OKC's year for the foreseeable future.
Is it? Or is it going to be? I think the Spurs have a shot here. They beat them in the regular season a lot. I think the Spurs have a shot.
Nope.
Let me ask you this: if the Spurs get to the NBA Finals over the Thunder, would you consider putting Wemby above Jokic?
I do think we're going to get there at some point in the next couple of years, probably. If he has like a killer awesome postseason run and they win the finals, then probably, maybe we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
If they go head to head and he just devours Jokic, then we'll talk about it. But
That might be one of the most interesting playoff matchups. Wemby versus
I agree.
Jokic.
It would be good television.
Does Wemby usually guard Jokic in the regular season? I haven't seen any of them playing against each other, so I couldn't rightfully say.
I think that he will get his fair amount of chances. They might do the kind of the PJ Tucker thing that we used to do, where you put the small and have Wemby kind of helping off of other guys, which has worked against Jokic in the past.
Who's the starting power forward for them right now? Is it Julian Champagnie?
Yeah, I mean, like
he's like
Harrison
6'6".
Barnes.
Harrison Barnes isn't starting. I think they benched him, dude.
Not Harrison Barnes. Sorry. Yeah, I mean it's Champagnie.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but
Barnes is probably better for that specific kind of role.
Your teens in your ranking probably frustrated me the most.
Okay.
Yeah, your teens, like 19 to 11, pissed me off. Like that. That's yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
pissed
it
you
pissed
off.
me off. Yes, it invoked something
Wasn't that
primal.
bad?
It was pretty bad.
I mean, how would you rank these guys?
I think I would have. Well, Steph Curry's been injured. He's shooting below 40% for like one of the few times in his career. They're a play-in team, right?
I feel like that's not Steph's fault, to be honest. You know what I mean? He's in a really rough spot with Golden State right now.
Okay, let's talk about Golden State, because like Golden State right now, they gave up on Jonathan Kuminga, who's an important role player now for the Hawks, right? Like he is.
I think we're in the honeymoon phase there, but sure.
But like no, like, and it's because of Steve Kerr, and like I've said it before. I think Steve Kerr is the most overrated coach in the NBA.
I think it is also on Kuminga for clearly not buying in to a role. He clearly wanted to be the guy.
No, he's bought into the role, but then he has like one bad game, and then Steve Kerr's like, no, I don't like you. You're just going to get benched now for the next like 2 months.
I don't think he fit Kerr's system, and that's fair. Whether they should have made certain
they
adjustments.
They shouldn't have drafted him. They were looking.
I am still not convinced Kuminga's going to be a really high quality NBA player.
Maybe not. But like, they shouldn't have drafted him. They were looking at Denny Advia, I think, at that spot, right? Or some other guy. No, Franz. They were looking at Franz. They should have just taken Franz.
Sure, they should have taken Franz. Franz was not like a risk-free proposition.
Of course not. But like, hindsight is 20/20. But like,
I would probably in hindsight agree that he was not the right pick there. But
I don't think we thought at the time he was the right pick. Like, I know
that's a Bob Myers problem. You know what I mean?
Well, now he's in charge of, Daryl Morey.
Everything. So, yeah, the world order
of, Blizzard Sports. So, anyway, anything else you wanted to talk about tonight, or are we good to wrap up?
My beloved Iowa Hawkeyes have been eliminated from the tournament. R.I.P. Bennett Sturts.
I shed a tear for you, sir.
Congrats to Illinois, I guess. They are very fun. Illinois is a good team. But no, that's really all I have.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything.
As always, everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Sixers Sense podcast. Like, subscribe, follow along on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. We are on Twitter at Sixers Sense. I'm at Kline NBA. He over there is at Coach J_20. We are also on the TikTok. And until next time, peace out. Go Sixers, go Phillies. Aaron Nola, stinker today. We're back. Bye, everyone.
See ya.